Hi, John Lay here with another hot take. Today's hot take is on Valamis. Valamis is an LMS, LXP, LRS, analytics, content authoring tool, all wrapped into one with a bolt-on e-commerce piece. Their claim to fame is exactly that, to be able to pull all these pieces together. They have a very complete solution for one subscription price. Valamis is a company with about 10 offices, 200 employees, customers in 23 different countries. And they were born and bred in Finland, eastern Finland, and as a result, do a lot of business in Scandinavia and throughout Europe, including Germany and Holland, everywhere across Europe. And they have a decent footprint here in North America with a sprinkling of clients in Asia and also South America. So they're a very global company, and that runs down into their product of having a good global solution available in many languages, a couple dozen languages, and also some good capabilities around content and being able to manage the different flavors of content in different languages and serve up the appropriate content to the appropriate person. So if you've got some good global needs, they have a good global footprint. The LRS or LXP part, rather, of the application really means that in the background it's built on XAPI. So in a normal platform, you get the demographics of SCORM. Somebody started, didn't start, didn't register, registered, completed, is in progress, failed, passed, or the statuses that you get on a piece of content. Well, with XAPI and Valamis, you can do all that plus like a million things more. You can say they've been in the content for 3 days and been out for a day, or they've finished this lesson, or they scored an 80% on this particular internal quiz, or they submitted a question or answered a question or collaborated. All those things, any of that. They started watching a video, they stopped watching the video, they skipped watching or they skipped the video forward 5 minutes and started watching again. Every one of those actions, no matter how granular, is being stored in the LRS database of Valamis, and that gives them incredible on the other side. Why would you want to do all that? Well, then you get incredible analytics on the flip side. So you can basically, look well deeper into any of those factors and try to draw parallels and lines into content efficacy, content value, as well as the things that we care about a lot at Talented Learning, combining that with business data to actually see impacts on the business, impacts on the sales organization, impact on revenue from learning activities. So they have the backbone to do all those pieces together. If you don't have all those pieces, what organizations may do or typically do is either do without, for example, or they buy separate components, separate authoring tools, separate LXP, separate LRS to do the data analytics and integrate those in. That's not a bad strategy, but it's a lot more complex than the way Valamis does it by just bringing all the pieces together at once. Their use case is primarily in the corporate space. Their first punch is with employees. Their second is with partners. Their third is with customers. I think they primarily enter in through the employee door and then help their customers grow. With their 240 employees, as it turns out, they have a very heavy focus on the professional service side of the equation. So you just don't buy Valamis and turn it on. They're very active in the sales process and in the implementation and in the ongoing maintenance of it. And they're one of the few organizations, I used to work for an organization like this, that brings the professional sales or the professional services people well into the sales process. So they start meeting the potential customers and adding value. So you're not just always dealing with people like me, recovering sales guy. So being able to provide that personalized touch is another big key differentiator to go along with their business intelligence, their XAPI. They're also one of the evolving vendors that care about skills and competencies and skill gap analysis and being able to use that, have skills at different levels, and you require at different levels for different jobs in your career, and you can acquire these skills based on content at different levels. So it's a much more advanced skill and competency model that you see. And then after they told me all that, he said, they're basically throwing all that out as they bring out their new version, which is even better than that. So I think what they have there is pretty cool. So I can't wait to see the new version of it. What it means, by the way, to have an LXP and an LMS in the same platform is that you can support formal learning with the LMS. You can support the social, informal learning, the daily drip of learning with the LXP. Bringing them together just allows you to do exactly that. One one place to go for your overall learning, no matter whether it's assigned to you for compliance or whether you're doing it because you care about a topic or you're trying to grow into a new job. And final part about that, they have a native mobile app. What's nice about that is you can just go into the Apple or Google store and download the Valamis app, but they also brand it for their clients, in which case you can also put it in, imagine just putting the Talented Learning University inside the iTunes, and you could download that for a fee. And so they help you set all that up as part of their services also, so you can really extend your extended enterprise content for a business through the app stores also. A couple of things that I didn't necessarily care for. They have different areas to go to from a catalog perspective for learning paths, for courses, and for lessons. I understand why they did that, but you can just bring that all together and have a little drop down so you can, just find, depending on the content type versus having different catalogs. So I thought that was an area of opportunity. Another area of opportunity is the content authoring is functional and certainly middle of the road, but there's a lot more that you can integrate in with using tools like H5P and things to give more interactivity, more past the PowerPoint metaphor, which a lot of organizations want. So those are two things that aren't bad, but are opportunities for improvement. So there you have it, another hot take from John Lay on Valamis, a global LMS, LXP, LRS, content authoring, analytics provider. There you have it. Hope to see you in the next one.